I wonder why it's saying 26 viewers, but maybe just a lot of people have it in another tab. They're busy playing. Let me fix that. I wonder why it's saying 26 viewers, but maybe just a lot of people have it in another tab. They're busy playing. Let me fix that. This is... Okay, so this is Distortion, the Swiss rounds. Neither of these players have managed to get a win yet. So if they'd like to get into the intermediate bracket, they're gonna need to win this match. So Loaff versus Arthur Yui. Okay, so Loaff decides to get rid of the wide jump at the beginning. I don't blame him. It can be quite difficult for newer players that aren't familiar with tech such as wide jumps. Seems as though they're both struggling on the map on its own. But there are countless newer players in this tournament. I'm surprised neither of them just won it. Going for the coyote jump, that's the correct way to do this, or the easiest. Oh, they both have an unfortunate death at the end. Arthur trying to go above, that is not an option. Okay, so... both players struggling perhaps due to the nerves of being on stream for the first time. So no points to begin with. After choosing to get rid of that coyote jump. Arthur getting through this cannon setup. Arthur trying to climb up this wall. Succeeds, avoids the arrow. The other option is to coyote around the wire, but that can be quite tricky for newer players. I'm not surprised. They're both trying to find another option. A lot less struggle this round. Still no points. Now that both players are comfortable that they can get to the end, we might be starting to see some more difficulty, like that block being blown up. Now in order to get that, they're going to have to wall jump to the other green platform in order to avoid the cannon. Okay, Loaff immediately going back on his decision, placing a block there again. Okay, so that glue is an interesting build because it gets rid of the easiest way to get up to that spray. They can still just full jump from the bottom. Loaff seems to have realised that we scored a bit too early. Both players with only 2 lives left. Not much has changed in the later part, so I could definitely see this being a scoring round. Oh, that's not a safe spot. If they crouched on top of the sword, that would be a safe spot. But I don't think there are any other safe spots. Okay, Loaff out of lives. Arthur gets through this spring setup. Is he going to get through everything else with only 1 life? He is not. Scores stay 0-0. Oh, why are the nukes there? There should not be nukes. That's a bug. Loaff considering getting rid of the cannon. What is he going to do with this dynamite? Chooses to blow up the cannon. That's still a fairly tricky coyote jump that I think they're going to have to wall jump to recover from. Okay, that's quite tricky. That's essentially a drop down with a timing. I don't think either of these players will be familiar with drop downs like this. And then Arthur almost makes it, but gets hit by an arrow. Okay, Arthur makes it through the arrow setup. Makes it through the coyote jump. Okay, never mind. You can just get straight onto the wooden plank. Both players in the final stretch. With 3 lives left each. Yeah. Apologies, it has started raining. Loaff's liking placing these vertical arrows. Okay, we're starting to see more difficulty implemented. I could definitely see this being the first scoring round. Loaff keeps moving to the right before reaching the height of his jump. Just barely gets it there. It's an unfortunate death to the sword. Loaff on his last life. There has been a wrecking ball added to the end, so if Arthur makes it through, this could easily be a point for him. But those wires! Arthur doesn't struggle with them, no problem. Okay, this wrecking ball could be an issue. There's a safe spot on top of the plank if you crouch, which Arthur spots. He needs to get through, taking both cycles into consideration. And Arthur gets it. That is an unfortunate death to the spike balls. He still has 1 life, but the time is kicking in. Is he going to be able to do it fast enough? I mean, he's going quite speedy. It's definitely possible. Nope. He dies to an arrow. Okay, still no points. Okay, that is impossible, so I hope Loaff doesn't do that. Those wires would be interesting. I mean, normally it would force a quick jump. Due to the terrain, they can just jump over it. Now that cannon is interesting. On the one hand, it will remove some of the precision, because they can just jump in the cannon. But the arrows are also going into the cannon, so there's a lot to consider. Oh, Arthur expertly maneuvers through the arrow, but then dies to the wires. Loaff out of lives again. This is Arthur's chance to score. Smart for Arthur finding a safe Yep. Arthur has been very good at looking out for safe spots so far. Unfortunately, he isn't seeming to get that coyote as easily as Loaff is. Okay, timer again. Gets the coyote though. He's passed most of the difficulty. However, the extra nerves of the timer might slow him down. Finds a safe spot. 10 seconds. Okay. Definitely enough time. Okay. This is the first point of the game. Less than 5 seconds left. Arthur scores a point. There's definitely time for Loaff to come back, but he has been struggling with the beginning spring portion since the start of the match. So maybe something to nerf that area might be coming soon. The spike ball isn't going to nerf anything though. That is a decently tough full height jump, especially with the saw. Loaff is out of lives. Is Arthur going to manage to score another point? It could happen. I don't think much has changed in the second half of the map. Ooh. That's quite tricky. That forces the quick jump, but Arthur nails it first try. So Loaff smartly opting to nerf the spring section that he has been struggling with a lot. Does it force a quick jump? No, you could sprint jump over the wire, but I would argue that's more difficult. You could sprint jump over the wire and then just do a regular jump. You can also sprint jump from the side of the wrecking ball, you think? Okay, I'll have a look. Come that's on screen. Oh yeah, that would work as well. So there's a few ways to go about it. Arthur opts to go for the quick jump and got it first try. We'll see what Loaff does if he manages to get there. The round counter is one off. There are 3 rounds left. Struggling with that drop down. Oh yeah, there is also a post-mortem, so you could just probably do a regular jump and make it anyway. Okay, Loaff opting to block off the arrow that he placed. And Arthur making it a lot more difficult with only 2 rounds left. That's quite a tricky squeeze with the arrow. If Loaff isn't familiar with how to do them like Arthur is, then this could be trouble. Loaff is going to need to score this round and the next round if he wants to win. So, this round, it's now or never for Loaff. Loaff makes it through the squeeze, still with 3 lives left. The level has become slightly easier, except for the ice that Arthur put. How is Arthur going to go about this ice? Okay, managed to clutch it up, no problem. Arthur has just simply had so much more practice than Loaff in these later stages. If Arthur makes it to the end, or if Loaff runs out of lives, that's going to be GG's. Yep, that is the game sealed. Doesn't make it to the end, however it is impossible for Loaff to win now. I'll let them continue playing, they're going to be waiting a long time for the next round anyway. Oh, what is my favorite default map? That's a good question. Probably Volcano. I'm probably not going to turn the Swiss rounds into VODs. But I am going to for the intermediate bracket games. Oh, Loaff almost gets the end for the first time in 7 or 8 rounds, but dies to the Wrecking Ball. I wonder if this is intentional, but Arthur made a smart decision to add more difficulty to the end that Loaff likely wouldn't have gotten the chance to practice. One of the worst ones in your opinion. I mean, I like most of the maps, to be honest. But Volcano's the only one that does like moving blocks without them seeming like really out of place. Okay, so that's the end of the game. 2-0 to Arthur Yui. Or Arthur Tiwi. Well, Coleman, we can agree to disagree.